the second one to the last one. Were we talking about
Before the
L-cysteine?
Himalayan sea salt.
We were talking. I was talking about. I was talking about
Chocolate milk.
L-cysteine. I was talking about that amino acid L-cysteine. Then I talked about just getting some distilled water. If you can't get mineral water in your area, then get distilled water. Put a slice of lemon in it to drive it alkaline, and then put a pinch of Himalayan sea salt. You can get all of these things from Better Health Herbs in Albany, Oregon. BetterHealthHerbs.com, and their phone number is 541 791 8400. Okay. Did that answer your
I got
question?
that. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Is there any other question?
Dr. Burris.
Yes.
Dr. Truman.
Yes. Are
Okay, can I ask you a question?
yes? What I'm trying to figure out where you are. You're in Google Hangouts.
You call my cell phone.
Oh, okay. All right. What area code are you in?
I'm in Grenada, Mississippi.
Oh, Grenada. Yes, yes. I recall, sister. Yes. What is your question?
Okay, now, I'm not crazy. I done start staggering all over the place like I'm drunk. And then when I sit down, my ears just shut down. And so I go to the doctor, and they say it's just in my mind.
Of course they would, because that's not anything that they can figure out. But no, you're having seizures in Grenada. I recall that last week as we talked,
Yes.
and that seizures. You see, we talked about all of the different things that are causing those seizures, and yeah, and so that's what's causing it. So you have to go take a look at that seizures report and start going through there, looking at things that might help you, and then making those changes.
Well, you had talked to my sister, Belinda Davis from Michigan.
Yes,
She's ordering me some stuff
good,
to send to me.
good. Well, then you're on the right track, and that's what needs to happen, because the reason you're staggering around and so forth is because you have been having seizures, and some of those are just mini seizures that don't really go full blast, but yet you that's why you're staggering around and feeling bad.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Because I know I'm not crazy.
No, you're not crazy. I'm crazy.
You're not.
Well, hey, you got to be a little bit crazy to do this. But anyway,
Well,
so
no, I thank you so much for helping me.
oh, bless your heart, my dear. We're here for you, and you just stay with us and let us know how we can continue to pray for you and lift you up to the Most High, and that you be healed. Amen. And
Okay, I thank you. And
okay,
I receive that in Jesus' name.
in Jesus' name, Amen. Okay, so now I guess we're really close to the top of the hour here. And Sister Kashaki, are you ready? I, I don't think Sister Kashaki is quite ready.
Okay, I'm here.
Oh, she's
Yes.
there. Hello, sister.
Yes, I was muted out, doctor. How are you? I'm sorry. I'm multitasking. I'm responding to some texts and going back and forth. I'm leaving for out of town tomorrow, and I'm just trying to do too many things, but I'm here.
Well, I'm glad you are, and I know how busy you are, and that you would come and work us into your busy schedule. We
Yeah,
appreciate
I
it.
gotta work you into my busy schedule. I need you on some of these tours. I need you. I need you, and I need Crystal, the iridologist, so we can get some projects set up this year. So I gotta get with you probably when I get back because I have invitations now look like coming from literally all across the globe. So my first stop is in Houston this weekend. So I'm gonna call you when I get back so we can try to get something set up for the month coming up. See what we can
Great.
get worked out.
I
Get
look.
you and Crystal on so we can do one big event.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, everyone. Well, welcome today. I'm gonna kind of be talking fast, but I'm gonna try to talk slow if that's possible. I don't know what that's really like to talk slow because I think I came out talking fast. But I'm going to do the best I can to go through my presentation today, which is really on dark leafy greens and fruits, because I talk on a topic about AGEs, which is dealing with the Tahitian noni. And just a minute, one moment. I'm sorry, as I said, I'm doing too many things at one time. I'm back now. I'm sorry. Um, and you were asking me about the noni that's in the vitamin. Where does this noni come from? Do you know where it comes from? I'm asking. I don't believe it is the same noni. Doesn't mean it's not a good noni, but I doubt if it's the same one because we have a 99-year lease on the island. So we are the only company that can go to that island, specifically where this noni comes from that I'm talking about. But as I've stated before, noni grows in other areas of the region, but we get it from Tahiti because out of all the regions that the different noni grows from, it grows the most purest around the island of Tahiti and the Bora Bora. So this is why we are known as Tahitian noni because it came out of Tahiti, which is now called Morinda, which is the scientific name Morinda citrifolia. So sometimes when people go to different mom and pop Whole Food markets or Kmart's, Walmart's, different things like that, they will call me and say, "Oh, Sister Kashaki, I seen that noni that you were talking about." And I always ask them, "Where did you see it at?" And when they tell me that they saw it at some mom and pop. Not to say it can't be in there because we do have entities inside of an entity, meaning that they have partnered with our company to put our noni inside of their company. So just to make sure that consumers understand what they're getting when they get it, I tell them if they have a medical PDR to know if you are getting the original noni, you can look it up in the medical PDR, which is a physician's desk reference book. And you will see a picture there of a product, and that way you will know if you have the right one. When they tell me that they saw it out of Walmart, I know that they had not got the right one. So you have to spend a couple of minutes and just kind of let them know there are things out there we call phony nonis. And a lot of people have their hands on phony noni because they're just hearing the word noni. So people assume that all noni is the same, and it's not. So there are many, many phony nonis out there and only one original. We are the one that has been documented on the Discovery Channel. So I will give out my information for people that watch the video, or they can go on YouTube and actually pull it up and watch all the different health featured on it. So that leads me to the topic talking about AGEs that I talk about every week. I know when we first came on, there was a young lady asking a question about something dealing with her growth. Not exactly for sure, so I'm not here to diagnose anything. But one thing Dr. Truman did say, I heard him starting off was very true, is I would take a look at her diet, which leads me into the word that I always kind of go into first with my presentation is a food. I'm kind of switching gears here now, talking about a food that needs to be used with the herbs that you're using and understanding the difference in the roles that they play when it comes to health challenges or even just for preventative or as a maintenance. So a food, I always read from the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, the definition according to the Most High on what is the definition of food. and it says it's a nutritive material taken into a living organism to sustain life, to promote growth and the repair of the tissues, and to give energy for the vital processes. So I agree with Dr. Truman. I would really take a look into your diet and see what you're eating, because as we can see, the food that you're eating is supposed to also stimulate growth. And if there's a problem with the growth, 9 times out of 10, it's somewhere in the diet that you're not getting the right things in the diet that you need to go into the cells to, be able to promote this growth. Because according to the Bible, food is supposed to be able to promote growth. So there shouldn't be any growth stunted if you're on the right type of diet and the right type of foods made from the earth, such as the herbs Dr. Truman has developed himself, and as well as talking about Tahitian noni that is grown in the wild over in Tahiti. So leading into the conversation about dark leafy greens and things like that, because noni is a green fruit. It's not a seasonal tree. It grows all year round, 364 days out of a year. And when you pull one off of the tree, 3 grow back in exchange of the one that you picked. So there is just simply an abundance of this food over there. It's not anything we have to worry about running out unless the Most High himself takes it from us. And we all know that we serve a good God. So there's more than enough to go around for the whole entire universe. So praise him for that. So talking about dark leafy greens, raw or baked or sauteed or steamed, dark green leafy vegetables provide more nutrients. And that's really what, as I just read in the dictionary, that our food is supposed to do for us. It's supposed to give us nutrients. If I told somebody, I need you to go by the store and pick me up some food, and I just gave them, a certain amount of money to go pick up this food, they would probably come back here with just junk food, or what we call fast food, or all these different types of foods, and nothing in the basket has any actual nutrients in it, which is what my food is supposed to give me. So talking about, the dark leafy green vegetables and things like that, it's supposed to be able to provide, more nutrients and calorie for calorie than any other land-based food. I talk about broccoli or the cabbage family, how they're loaded with minerals and vitamins. They also provide the same powerful anti-cancer compounds, such as the phytochemicals. And the word phyto just means plant-based. These are chemicals, not like man-made chemicals, but these are chemicals that react with the natural DNA and the tissues and the cells in the body. So the word phyto, again, just simply means plant-based. These chemicals that come from a plant. And they function as antioxidants to help protect and cleanse your body of harmful substances. So the dark leafy greens, they contain high levels of sulfur, which supports your liver in its detoxification process, triggering it to remove the free radicals and other toxic chemicals. These greens also are very high in fiber. I love broccoli, and I know broccoli is very good for fiber and iron and other benefits, which helps to cleanse your intestinal tract and flush toxins from your body. So eating these type of green vegetables also give you the benefits of, high fiber and detoxification of the liver, keeping a clean intestinal tract and flushing toxins from your body. So when you add all of this together, then you're beginning to now put yourself on the path eating the right green vegetables. And a lot of times you used to hear our kids say, I don't like green beans. For some reason, I never understood why the children didn't really like to eat the green foods. And these were the ones they should choose to eat. I used to try to get my son to eat spinach off of the little cartoon, Popeye the Sailor Man. I say, you want to be strong and have muscles like Popeye? You got to eat your spinach. It's good for you, You don't want to end up looking like Bluto, the one that was on Popeye. He's fat and overweight, so you don't want to eat like that. You need to eat like Popeye so you can have the muscles like Popeye. So he used to, kind of laugh at that. But it helped him nonetheless to understand that eating green vegetables was important at an early age. Things like kale and Brussels sprouts and cabbage, these are also among my prized greens. So kale kind of gets most of its attention by adorning meat and vegetable platters, and Brussels sprouts are shunned for their smell. I didn't really particularly like Brussels sprouts coming up, but I know here a couple of weeks ago we had some company and one of the brothers brought over some Brussels sprouts. I have no idea what he sauteed them in, but oh my gosh, I couldn't seem to quit eating them. I just was puffed out with a little Brussels sprout patch. I was starting to look like a kangaroo because I'm carrying Brussels sprouts around there instead of, something else. They were just absolutely delicious. And the benefits that you get from them are just like, oh my goodness. So I love dark green leafy vegetables. I hear Dr. Truman always talking about the dandelion, another superstar. Dandelion has been used pretty much worldwide for detoxification for centuries. Dandelion is really, really good, and I hear you always talking about that. And it's another rank as a high milk thistle is the most effective and kind of the most recommended herb to liver detoxification. Talking about fruits, 1 or 2 servings of a fruit a day can be an important part of your healthy cleanse. There's an old saying that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and so I believe that's true in a sense. We all know just eating 1 apple a day is not going to keep the doctor away, but basically if you understand what it's saying, to eat healthy, and you won't find yourself visiting the doctor's office as much. If you are, it's because you're going for maybe a once-a-year routine checkup, or even if that, because you know your own body. I'm a cancer survivor. I was diagnosed with cancer, in specifically anal cancer. I was 38 years old at the time, and that was in 2011. And I have another story I have to go into another time, but by 2012, I was supernaturally healed by the Holy Spirit and using this Tahitian noni juice when they did my first biopsy in January, when they told me, of course, that I needed to have a colostomy bag, I needed to have some other things done, and of course, I denied all of those things and just trusted the Most High with my faith, and I saturated my body with all of the nutrients that I needed to reverse the cancer and get it into remission. So about 3 months later, or a little less than 3 months, when I went to have my first biopsy, I was cancer-free. So after that, I had another one done about 6 months later. I was still cancer-free. Then after that, about a year later, I was still cancer-free. And so now cancer is a thing of the past. So now I work with many, many other cancer patients, as well as many other people that simply have, just need understanding or educating on how to eat, because most of these diseases can be reversed by just putting the right diet and the right herbs and the right foods into your life, and this stuff can be reversed. So Dr. Truman talks a lot about how we get harassed. I have not underwent a lot of the torture that Dr. Truman has went through, because I market for a company called Miranda, so they've kind of been the ones that went through all of the red tape on behalf of the people that are representatives or consultants for this company. So I haven't had the pleasure, but I thank the Most High for still having Dr. Truman here and coming across him on the YouTube and being able to link up with him, where we can do this show every single week to bring different information here and work with people, because we have the same passion. We believe in holistic remedies. We serve the same God, and we have the same desire to help many, many people get off of their medications. And so now, after people have seen my story and my testimony, it has just kind of taken a life of its own. So now I'm here to help as many other people that are looking for a way to reverse their diseases and be able to get off of these medications and be able to have their body restored. The only difference is I do some personal consultation, because sometimes there are some things we're doing that we need to confess our sin, that kind of has a reason why. Also, it's not necessarily just sometimes always the wrong food. When you go into the scriptures on when Christ healed many people, you'll notice that one of the things he always said after he healed them was, go and sin no more. So there are certain things that we're doing that we need to really take a look. That's why he gave us dietary laws. And if we will follow those dietary laws, we'll find out that we won't end up with the situations that we typically find ourselves in. So talking about berries again, apples and berries in particular are higher in antioxidants and lower in sugars than any other fruits. And so going into talking about sugars is what leads me into talking about the AGEs. So I'll get into that in just a second. But berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and cranberries are among nature's superfoods because they contain, again, the phytochemicals, antioxidant-rich plant compounds that help your liver protect your body from free radicals and oxidative stress, which have been linked to chronic diseases and aging. So in a number of studies, the berries have been shown to support the cardiovascular system and improve brain function and slow the proliferation of cancer cells. So also apples as well as berries contain the phytochemicals that reduce the oxidative stress, the damage done to the cells and the DNA by oxidation, which has been linked to many diseases. Like berries, apples, they also possess many of these powerful antioxidants. And they're topped only by cranberries for their antioxidant capacity. So also like berries, apples contain powerful pholipic compounds, including flavonoids. And they also help to fight cancer and other inflammatory diseases. So they also help to lower LDL, which is the bad cholesterol. They help to regulate blood sugar and help eliminate toxic buildup and to help cleanse your intestines. So there's a lot of benefits you get from eating fruits and vegetables, very fresh fruits and vegetables that have the nutrients in it that it needs to be able to help fight off a lot of these diseases like we're talking about here today. So going into the AGEs, AGE is an acronym that's just like the spell AGE, which means Advanced Glycation End Products, or we call them AGEs for short. And they are harmful compounds that form when the sugar molecules and the protein pesticides fuse together. So the AGEs are found in the food we eat, and they also form inside our bodies. So the AGEs are linked to every major disease and element known to man, everything from diabetes and heart disease to premature aging. So one of the best and easiest ways you can manage your AGEs is through consuming the Tahitian noni juice or the True Age Max, which has been clinically proven to lower AGEs by 24% in as little as 4 weeks guaranteed. So True Age Max, or we call Max, which is our sister product to Tahitian noni, and what they have inside of them is a bioactive compound. Noni is a bioactive food. It's a medicinal food plant, and it works on the DNA and the cells and the tissue, and it regenerates new cells for the body. So it has in this food plant and also the other berries that come in the max called iridoids, which is spelled IRIDOIDS, iridoids. And you can look them up in your own leisure, because there's a lot of good information that you really just need to familiarize yourself with on what are iridoids. And these iridoids are only found in certain food plants. So they're not typically found in food plants that's grown here, like out of Walmart and different little grocery stores that we typically run to on a day-to-day basis. So we have what's called the Tahitian noni juice, and we also have what's called the True Age Max. And the difference in them is the milligrams of these iridoids. And Max consists of 5 different fruits and berries, with noni having the highest content of iridoids. There are 16 different iridoids found in the noni plant. So the noni is the driving force to this product, but it's also been combined with blueberry. It's also been combined with cranberry, also combined with the cannoli and cherry out of Turkey. The cranberry comes out of Oregon, right there where Dr. Truman is live. The blueberry comes out of Chile, and the olive comes out of Morocco. So as you can see, the company had to go all around the world just to find other fruits and berries that have these active iridoid compounds inside of them. There is 150 different nutrients inside every 1 ounce of this food supplement because noni, tisha noni, or the max is a food supplement. So most of us that live here in the United States, we don't really get the food sources that we need with the nutrition that we need. And once we'll put the nutrients back into our body, we'll find that we'll also receive energy. One of the first things that people notice is that, wow, I've got a combustion of energy, because when you feed your body the right food, then the body will give you the energy level that it needs to have. But when we're eating a lot of gunk and junk and things like that, then this is where the AGEs are formulating inside the body, because we accumulate these AGEs from the foods that we eat and also from the beverages that we drink. Because if you look around, every time you go to the store, they've got sugar in every single thing that you can imagine. I mean, down to the most simplest things of stuff you wouldn't even think about. If you're a person that likes to drink wine, you need to be checking the sugar intake and see how much sugar is coming in through the wine. I mean, it's just absolutely insanity, all of the sugar that is coming in and how these AGEs begin to formulate. So now it's all over social media where the talk is going on about glycations and what these glycations and the damage that these glycations are doing to mankind and the elements and the diseases that they begin to formulate. So, for example, when I was dealing with my cancer, I had to deal with cancer and I had to deal with AGEs. And these AGEs cause individuals to age faster. So you're aging on the inside faster than you are on the outside. You might be 30 years old chronologically, but you're 60 years old in the inside, and that's not good, because somebody else that may be 60, their organs and liver and lung are the age of a 30-year-old, because they don't possess the sugar intake like, vice versa does. So we actually have what's called a true age scanner, which can actually scan people so they can measure what their AGE levels are, so they can begin to have a medical marker, just like you would your high blood pressure or your cholesterol levels or your BMI index level. Knowing your AGE levels is just as important as knowing these other medical markers, so you can know where you are and what to do to begin to, reduce the AGEs and put them under management mode. So this is why our company has came out with the patented product called Max to reverse these AGEs up to 24% and be able to have a person living younger longer. And so the True Age Scanner, it's a certified research device that uses clinically proven technology to measure the AGE levels in the skin, and it provides a fast and painless and accurate scan in less than 20 seconds. So there's no needles, things like that. It can be done through urinalysis at your doctor, or they also can abstract it from your blood work. But a lot of people, don't like being poked with needles and things like this. So this is a more newer, safer, faster way to also measure your AGEs as well. And how it works when it's exposed to the UV light, the AGEs in the skin, they are visible through a machine called a spectrometer inside the True Age Scanner. So more about, there's a website where you can watch a 3-minute video, which is www.trusage.com. Again, that is www.trusage.com. There's a 3-minute video there where you can actually learn more about AGEs and kind of get a recap of what I just covered, as well as see a living picture of the device and actually how
From
the
the
device works.
beginning of time, people everywhere have tried to find the
AGEs and having an appointment set up to be scanned for AGEs. You can reach me at 469-443-2124. My email is kshaw, KSHAW, 0026 @gmail.com. For those that are in the Houston area or around the Houston area, I will be there this Sunday at the church called the Gathering of Christ Church. We will be having a AGE, a wellness health event there. We will actually be there scanning events. I will be there. Some of my other team partners will be there. I will be there with my business partner, who's a licensed registered pharmacist. So if people have medications, different things like that that they're on, and they want to know more about that, she will be there also as well to answering questions for them on that side. So it will be from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. So if you're interested in coming out to get scanned and learn more about AGEs and also other things just talking about foods, then that again will be this Sunday. If you're not able to make it, you're interested in getting scanned, if you would give me a call, then we can find out where in your local city we can get you set up for an AGE, scanning. So, Dr. Truman, if you could give out the website and the information where they can actually order the Tahitian noni juice or either the True Age Max, so they can be able to combine this with the herbs that you have recommended for them. So now they know that they have the food in place and the supplement of nutrients that they're typically not receiving, and we can be able to get them on the track to reducing their AGEs. If you're out, please come out and join us so you can get scanned. Then we're going to go back and revisit the Houston body in 30 days because you need to be rescanned in 30 days. So as you're using the Tahitian noni juice or the Max, you can be able to see your numbers from where you are from the 30 days that you begin to start drinking it and get yourself rescanned again. So again, my name is Carlene Shaw. My number is 469-443-2124. That's a birth name. Most people know me as Sister Kashakia. That's the name that I had been given by the Most High when I was baptized. So that's typically what people will know me as. My email is kshaw, SHAW0026 @gmail.com if you are interested in getting your AGEs measured and knowing what your true age really is. And Dr. Truman, if you will do us the pleasure in giving out the website where they can order the Tahitian Noni or the True Age Max. And I look forward to being with you again next week, if the Lord's will, for another topic, probably going into protein and the difference between the protein we deal with today versus the protein that our ancestors dealt with during the time of the Garden of Eden. So with that being said, that's all I have for today, Dr. Truman. Thank you so much, and I'm going to mute out.
All right. Again, always keeping us on our toes here with some wonderful information about the real Tahitian noni. And the telephone number to call to order that is 541-791-8400. 541-791-8400. That's betterhealthherbs.com. Give them a call, 541-791-8400. And let's unmute the mics again and see if we've got another question. We're not we're not prescribing, we're not diagnosing. We're just talking about natural remedies here for educational purposes, and we leave the healing to the Most High. And but being an herbalist, you can share information with one another, and that's a good thing. So the lines are open. Do we have a question?
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Okay. What area is that? The Tuscaloosa area?
So you're going to try to maintain that number, but you're going to have to probably use that number.
Okay. All right. Hold on while I mute the mics. We're going to take a caller in the Tuscaloosa area. All right. Let me mute the mics there, all of them except the one in Tuscaloosa. We're going to leave that one open, and just a little bit more. I'm just got a couple more there, and there's one in Washington. Needs to be. Okay, I think there we go. Now I think we're just about all muted there. And go ahead with your question in Tuscaloosa, please. What is your question? And
I was the one who had a question. It's the 575, Roswell, New Mexico.
Okay, Roswell, go ahead, please, in Roswell, New Mexico.
Okay, I hear about all these different minerals, and I know you got the Intermax and there's the Noni. Are they? I'm wanting to know if I don't know if you have time today or maybe next Thursday to explain a little bit on someone earlier mentioned that Dr. Wallach, he has like the colloidal minerals, and
Yes.
there's the Intermax, and then there's the Noni, and I imagine that's probably it's grown on the islands where it's real high in mineral content. So I was wondering if you can give me an explanation on why there's I mean there's so many different ones you don't know which ones to take nowadays, you know.
Right. And the answer is you've got a selection there. There's Himalayan sea salt. That's going to give you a great source of ancient minerals. And then, of course, there's the Tahitian noni, like you say, that's grown in such rich soil, which is the reason why the Tahitian noni works so well, whereas the other nonis are good, but they're just not as good as that Tahitian noni. So what we're talking about then, you're talking also about Intramax that is loaded with ancient minerals like fulvic acid. And that fulvic acid is, let's see if I can mute that. I don't think I'm able to mute that. Interesting. Okay.
To unmute yourself, press the star key twice.
Oh, looks like I muted myself.
Mute
Hello?
off.
Hold on. Wait a minute while I unmute myself here. No, I'm not muted. So I can't. I hope you can hear me. I don't think I'm muted.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, very good. So the thing about it is that you have these ancient minerals, like the minerals that are in Intramax are from fulvic acid, and that is where you have an ancient forest that had land masses packed down over the top of that ancient forest until it has become shale, and then that shale is mined because it is totally rich with minerals, and they call it fulvic acid. So that's what's in Intramax, and it's a great source of minerals. And there's kelp, seaweeds. So you've got a lot of sources of minerals, and I've got the Himalayan sea salt. I've got the Intramax. And I've got kelp and seaweeds and so forth and dulse. So I'm just using a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I'm just making sure and I'm taking fulvic acid. As a matter of fact, I take a teaspoon of fulvic acid besides what I'm getting in the Intramax every single morning. So I am a real high mineral, high nutrient kind of a person. And I just like having lots of different sources, and it's nice to know, if that there are so many sources available for minerals, because maybe somebody just wants to use the Intramax, another person just wants to use seaweeds. Certain things may be more available in your area. So I think that's the reason why the Most High has blessed us with so many sources of minerals. And here in America, our soil is deficient, has been deficient in minerals for about 100 years. So it's really a sad thing, but at least we know where we can get lots of minerals. And the telephone number to call for betterhealthherbs.com in Albany, Oregon is 541-791-8400. They're open right now. They'll be open for about another half hour or so. 541-791-8400. Is there any other questions? I guess I should unmute the mics again.
I got a second question. That being said,
Okay, go ahead.
okay, so now that we narrowed down to you need to take a mineral, so that's, like if I get one of every kind of minerals, it's going to get kind of expensive. So now that I know once I choose one mineral, what is the next thing that you want to combine with that mineral to make it work together with some other stuff? Instead of using the money on different types of minerals, just choose one mineral and maybe another product to start with, because a lot of us aren't real don't got a lot of money, so we try and find out what is the basic thing besides the mineral. What is the next thing that you need to be taking to just to I never go to the doctor, so I've probably got every disease and every pressure and everything that you can name, but I just haven't been diagnosed. But I want to have a clean I want to feel healthy, so I want to take the mineral plus something else, whatever mineral I choose plus something else now.
Okay, well, I think that really, if you were going to do it from that perspective, getting the Intramax that's got 415 ingredients, there you got just one thing, and that's got everything, got mostly everything that you're going to need. Otherwise, if you're going to separate them out and take some minerals, then the other thing that you need to take is a multiple vitamin, because you need a good array of vitamins along with minerals. That's what your body runs on, is vitamins and minerals and protein and so forth. So I would say that if you did the Intramax, you pretty much got them all covered. If you're just going to go on a one-shot program like that. However, the way I do it a little bit differently. I not only take the Intramax, I've got the Himalayan sea salt, and I've got some fulvic acid and so forth. I just happen to have these kinds of things around me, and I've always surrounded myself with those kinds of things. So But if you're going to just talk about two things, if you're going to get minerals, you got to get vitamins too. So I would get a good multiple vitamin, and if you can't afford, for instance, the Intramax, which is it's the Cadillac, it's the best you can get, Intramax. But if you wanted just a good multiple vitamin, they do have one that is much less money than the Intramax, and it's called One Good Multi. And that One Good Multi, let's go take a look at that. One Good Multi. I'm going to take a look at that. But I think that's probably what you're looking for then, is vitamins and minerals, because that's what goes together. Does that answer your question?
Do you add any kind of what do they call that? The cartilage stuff that some people recommend, like a cartilage.
Shark cartilage?
Yeah, any kind of cartilage you can get a hold of besides pork. I mean, do you recommend the cartilage also?
It depends on if you have symptoms. If someone has symptoms that are specific to cartilage, yes. If not, I'm gonna look at the most predominant problem. If their liver is bad, I'm gonna reach for milk thistle seed extract or milk thistle seed powder to rebuild a new liver every 120 days by 60% with milk thistle seed powder, the 1 teaspoon twice a day, or only half a teaspoon of the extract, and that's gonna, let's see, One Good Multi, One Good. Let's try that. See if it'll come up. But I think that's your answer.
Yes, I thank you very much, and what I'm gathering is we've got to take a good multivitamin. The Intramax has everything in it, vitamins and minerals, but and then specific. after you get your minerals and vitamins, then you take other stuff that's specific to anything that you want to work on, whatever ailment you might be going through. That's the basic. And then, like you're mentioning, the one lady doing those programs for the eyes, all that's on top. All the other things you mentioned just on top of the mineral and the vitamin, correct?
Yeah, I think basically, I think you've got it because that's where we need to go. If someone has diabetes, well, then you're going to have a good multiple vitamin and mineral, and then some diabetes herbal tea or some glucose balance capsules so that we can get control of the diabetes. So it's an individual thing, and whatever each person's health challenges are, then we want to look at the natural therapies, natural remedies that may be helpful on an individual basis. Okay?
Thank you. That was very helpful. Bye now.
All right.